Welcome, debtors and borrowers, to Bankruptcy Bailout. My name is Matt Burkus, Colorado bankruptcy and debt relief attorney, and today we're answering a simple question of how often can you file bankruptcy and receive a discharge of your debt? So for this question, we're going to focus on consumer bankruptcy because those are the most common bankruptcies. Another way to phrase the question is how much time must elapse between filing bankruptcies? So let's get into it. So if you're filing from one Chapter 7 bankruptcy to another Chapter 7 bankruptcy, that time frame is 8 years. Now that 8 years starts from the filing date of each case. So it's not the discharge date, it's the filing date. Now if your prior bankruptcy was a Chapter 7, you need to only wait 4 years to file Chapter 13. All right, so 8 years for 7 to 7, 4 years from 7 to 13. Now, from 13 to 7, the time frame is 6 years. And then from 13 to 13, the time frame is 2 years. And again, all these time frames run from the filing date of each case. However, there is a caveat. So I gave you the timelines in order to receive a discharge of debts in the subsequent bankruptcy. However, you can still file a bankruptcy and get some manner of protection even if the bankruptcy won't be eligible for discharge. So this happens a lot with a prior Chapter 7 and someone needs to file a Chapter 13 later on. So let's say you file a Chapter 7 2 years ago and suddenly you're facing foreclosure 2 years later. You can still use Chapter 13 bankruptcy to fix that foreclosure issue and address whatever other debts you may have, except that Chapter 13 won't discharge. Okay, so you won't get an elimination of debt, but hopefully if you're doing a strategy like that, you won't have very much debt that you have to eliminate, or because Chapter 13 is a payment plan, you can use it to pay off the bulk of the debt that you've accumulated, as well as fixing a foreclosure or getting your car out of repossession or dealing with back taxes or whatever is the reason that you need to specifically be in Chapter 13. So there you have it. That's the time between bankruptcy filing. Again, 7 to 7 is 8 years. 7 to 13 is 4. 13 to 7 is 6. And 13 to 13 is just 2. My name is Matt Burkus, Colorado bankruptcy and debt relief attorney. This is Bankruptcy Bailout. I practice in Colorado, and I offer free initial phone consultations to the residents of Colorado for the purposes of bankruptcy. Best of luck to you.